Hey guys and girls, it's Indy here, and welcome to this kind of tutorial, as it were, for you guys streaming who want to get live updates from JustGiving on your stream. So what we're going to be doing, essentially, is I need a photo. So here we've got one. This is from my live stream a while ago. So what we're doing here is creating an overlay in XSplit, which will live update your donations for your team within the Game Blast event or your JustGiving page. This will also take a team total if you're part of a team. In this case, I'm part of the Game Blast team, so that's going to live update as well. And we're also going to take a latest donation amount, the latest donation message, and the latest donator. And I'm also going to point you in the right direction of a now playing live text updater as well. So, why am I doing this? So JustGiving has an API, but it hasn't been kind of fully utilised yet, so to allow us to kind of integrate it with Twitch properly. So other kind of donating sites allow you to update your text on Twitch, or sorry, on XSplit a lot easier. But with JustGiving, we kind of have to do a workaround. So it's not pretty, but it will work. So yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up XSplit, and I'm going to show you in my XSplit window. I'm going to hide that. So this is a blank template here. So this is an image I've created in Paint.net, and it includes all the information we need. So it's got the special effect logo, it's got the Game Blast logo, it's got information about the latest donation and a pound sign. It's got FTW donations and a pound sign, Game Blast team total and a pound sign, and it's also got a space for the now playing at the bottom. So I actually included the currency marker, if you see what I mean, so the pound sign in this case, because the way XSplit reads the code from the website is not quite correct. It doesn't process it properly. So what we're going to have to do is just take the number and not the HTML code that's put in front of it. So yeah, so this is kind of the blank template, and we're going to kind of superimpose all the live text upon it. So in theory, we should have a nice looking stream overlay. So this is our XSplit, and you can see here that I actually have some preview ones ready to go. You can see it's live updating. It's got my team's donation total, which is £5 at the moment. It's got my latest donation, and it's got the Game Blast team total, which will live update. So if anybody donates whilst I'm doing this tutorial, we'll see that update live. Now, it does get a bit fiddly, I will admit. So what we need to do first is essentially get our overlay in place. So you build yourself an overlay, I think it's 1920 by 1080, something in Paint.net. Get the general areas of where you want stuff. As you can see, I've left space here for chat here and my game window to be here. If you don't have to include all this information. If you don't want to include the latest donation information, don't worry about it. If you don't want to include the now playing space, don't worry about it. So let's get our own page total live updating. So what we're going to do is you will go to add, and you're going to go to add title, and then it's going to throw up this configure screen. Okay, so when you click add title, it will provide this kind of window, very similar to this, but it will have something like title text here. It'll be in white. It will have a different font. Anyways, don't worry about what's actually written there, because it doesn't matter. What we need to do is click the remote text update box. Now what that does is the title aspect will look for a section of text at the remote URL. Now the URL could be a local URL, so it could be in your own C drive and looking at a text file, or it could be, in our case, looking at a website. So in this case, justgiving.com/for-the-world points to my JustGiving page as part of the Game Blast event. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look for this to be live updated, so where it says £5. So whenever the JustGiving website receives a donation for your page, it will update the page automatically. Now we can use the text that's there to be updated automatically. We can use remote text update, and what it does is it looks at that web page every 10 seconds in this case and refreshes it, and then looks for a certain start tag and end tag that we specify. So in this case we're looking for the £5 to be found within the page source. If you right click and click view page source, you're provided with a wall of HTML text like this. We're looking for the raise so far tag. So in this case it's this. So it's the HTML code for a £sign and then £5 essentially. So what I've highlighted in blue there matches what I've highlighted in blue. This website is not great for that kind of stuff. You mouse over it slightly. There you go. So that matches that. So we can take these span class tags and use them to live update our Twitch, our live stream. So what we do is we're going to enter a remote URL. So in this case, whatever your JustGiving page is, whilst testing it, you want to test it on somebody who's raised some money, because some of these text updates require a donation, just to make sure it's working. When you're done and when you're happy it all works, the code works, just switch the remote URL to your JustGiving page. So the start tag in this case is p class raised so far, and then the end tag is the /p. So what that's going to do is not take up the entire web page, but it will take up a small amount of text on the website, and what we're looking for, that amount. So once you've done that, you click OK. So what you'll find is something like this will probably pop up on a blank kind of stream. It might be a bit smaller. So what you want to do is kind of, so you see you get some text after it and text before it that we don't really want. So what you can do is use the layout option to crop certain text. So if we take 50 off the left, 200, 300, 50, and 70. Yeah, so there you go. So we've got kind of 5 raised so far. You could leave the raised so far. I believe there is a tag. The span class tag might also provide that information. You could use that. And we could also remove text from the right, so like 500, 700. So in theory, there you go. There's £5. Now you will find when you rearrange it, you'll kind of switch the text around. So what you want to do is get the box size exactly how you want it first. In this case, so the shape here that you can kind of see that I've highlighted, and then do your cropping afterwards. So yeah, so that's how you get your own personal JustGiving donation amount onto your Twitch live stream, and it will live update. So what we're going to do next is we're going to take the team total. So if you are part of a team, and you probably want to include like a team total, so you've got a few other numbers on your page to see how well your team's doing. So you're going to want this amount, this number here. What we can do is look for a certain tag within the source. So we're going to right click, we're going to find page source. Now you can kind of scroll through, or you can press F, and then in my case, sorry, Control F, and then we're going to raised so far. So if we type in like raised so far, it's going to show all instances of that popping up on the page. In this case, we've got something here. So if we use this section of text as our starting tag, and then we use this as our end tag, we should be provided with this information. Does that make sense? So you go back to a new title, and then in this case your remote URL will be your Teams page. So in my case, justgiving.com/teams/gameblast. Make sense? The start tag will be the P tag with raised so far in normal text and the colon and the space, and then the strong tag, and then the end tag will be the end strong tag. Does that make sense? And it's really important that you include it as it appears on the web page. we have a Game Blast team title. Now again, it's going to pop up slightly differently for you. I've already sized it to exactly how I want. You're going to want to size that box before you do any kind of cropping, if you see what I mean. So get the size of the box you want to match your layout, then get the cropping going, and you just be aware when this live updates, so say this total amount goes to say 10,000, then the number might not fit in properly, so you might have to remove some cropping. So just be aware that these kind of things are something you might have to deal with as you update the stream. Okay, so far so good. These are the two easier ones, by the way. So you shouldn't need your team page anymore unless there's any other information you want to find. Basically, we're going to use this same concept over and over again to find the information we want from the website to be live updated on our stream. So there's no reason why you couldn't take certain information from this page as well. A lot of these would be sitting in tags which you could probably extract the information from. You could easily do that. But for now, we don't need that, we don't need that. We do need the source, but we'll come back to that. So, what we're going to do next is look at getting this information onto our stream. Because if people are donated, they want to kind of be acknowledged at least, you know. Some people, you might not need to do this. You might just be quite happy to just announce your donations as you see them and as they come up. But I think it's quite cool if you can include the information about the last donator at least. So what we're going to do here is take tags from this area and find them in the source. So in this case, my last donation says good luck team. So if I type in good luck team, there it is. So you can see there's quite a few different tags here. But we could use this tag and then this tag to get the last donator comment. We could use this tag with this info. So if we took a copy and paste of all of that and put that into XSplit's start tag and then use this as the end tag, we could get a donator a name, and then we could use this tag as a start and then use this as an end tag, and that will give us this information. So our last donation amount. You could also carry on and get the gift aid if need be, but I don't think it's necessary. Most people in the UK will gift aid if they can. So when you're looking for a name, you can actually just use this section of text. So donation by M. And XSplit will recognise that. And it's the best tag to use because P-class equals donator info, which was above it, actually appears quite a few times on a page with multiple donations. So using donation by M will take the first instance of that on the web page. In this case, it will be the latest donation. And then we're going to use the \M tag, and that will end it, and that will pop up, in my case, a name here. So again, let's take the donator comment. So we've got P-class donator comment, and then we use the paragraph close tag afterwards. Again, you're using the same URL that you've used before, justgiving.com/fortheworld, and that will give you a message. So that's the last donation message. And then the donation amount, very similar to the team donation amounts and the original page donator amount, which is the P-class donation amount tag, and then we're going to use the open P-class gift aid tag afterwards to close it off because we don't want a mess of text. And this is kind of the reason why I also mentioned about putting currency on the actual image of the overlay, because XSplit really has problems with changing that HTML code, which should be a £, into a £. It just doesn't recognise it for some reason, so we have to put the £sign ourselves. So yeah, once you've done all that, you should have a page that kind of looks like this. So your overlay will probably look different. I will put the overlay I've included here available for download. So if you've got a Game Blast stream going, you can just take this. You can use it to live update your stream. You know, feel free to use it however you want to. That's the general idea. It's not pretty, and fiddling around with the cropping is messy, but it's the best option I've come across with, short of creating something with the JustGiving API, which I don't really have the personal experience of using the API in that way, so unfortunately. And nobody else has gone through with the API and kind of updated it as far as I can see. We've taken this kind of blank sheet of paper, we've added some text, live text updates, and we've got something for our live stream. You can kind of do what you want with it, and this is a kind of better update. So it's showing certain areas of my screen. There would be my game screen, there would be my chat from Twitch, and kind of stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of it. That's how you get live text updates to pop up on your XSplit live stream. Doesn't quite work the same with OBS, unfortunately, but if you do have XSplit, this should work fine. I don't know if OBS has a similar system. I haven't really tried it out too much, but yeah, so this will work with XSplit, and it will work with any JustGiving page. So this doesn't just work for the Game Pass people, which I kind of designed this tutorial for. So yeah, so hopefully this has been useful. Feel free to let me know in the comments if there's something you'd have done differently. If there's something that makes this more efficient or work a lot better, let me know, and I'll look to update this tutorial at some point in the future. So thank you for joining me. Hopefully this works for your streams. Let me know if it does, and I'll catch you next time.